Hey everyone, it's Jordan again, and for today I actually want to read you guys a poem that I wrote. And I know that it's very, very rare for me to do that on here, but I wrote this poem about maybe 2 months ago, I think, a couple months ago, and didn't really do anything with it after I wrote it. I just kind of kept it on my phone, read it over from time to time, thought about it. But you know how sometimes you'll feel God kind of prompting you to do something? Well, I kind of felt that about this. I kind of felt like God was prompting me to do something more with this poem instead of just kind of keep it. And I still wasn't really sure. I was going back and forth, so I read it to my mom, my amazing executive producer of this blog, as I call her. And she said, yes, definitely read it. And another very good friend also encouraged me to read it. So one thing that my mom said that I'll tell you before we get started is make sure that you follow it through to the end, because she's right when she says that the first part of it, first and middle part, are a little bit sad, and it's not meant to be a sad poem. It's meant to be a happy, like, encouraging, uplifting poem. So bear with me until the end, and then hopefully you'll feel that uplifting part of it. And one other thing is, this is written from God's perspective. So every time I say, like, I or me, I'm talking about God. Okay? Here we go. I've noticed that your prayers to me have changed from what they used to be. They once were prayers of trust and praise. You felt so close to me those days. But now I see tears fill your eyes. Your songs to me have turned to cries. No longer do I hear you say you trust that I will guide your way. Now you ask if I am there, if I even hear your prayer. Do I have a plan for you, and am I going to see you through? It breaks my heart each time I hear you crying all those silent tears. Oh, how I wish you could see just how much you mean to me. Though so much has changed for you, nothing about me is new. I'm in control, still on my throne. I'm holding you, won't leave you alone. I'm still worthy of your praise. I still love you, and will always. So think about verses like Malachi 3:6, I the Lord do not change. Or the verses that say that I, God, am the same yesterday, today, and forever. We know that our God is always the same. So I guess this poem just kind of came from a place of wondering, why is it that sometimes he feels so close and sometimes he feels so far, right? And I saw a sign once on a church building that said, if you feel far away from God, who do you think moved? And I'll give you one little hint. It's not God. It's us. When we don't feel close to God, it's because something happened in our lives. Something changed in us. Because we know that God does not change. He cannot change. He is the same yesterday, today, and forever. All throughout our lives, He's been the exact same. He's been constant. He's been faithful. He's been there. So part of this poem was just me wondering why there are times when He just feels so far, and why there are those times when our prayers kind of change, and suddenly it's so hard to keep that trust. It's so hard to keep that, I know that you have a plan for me, like that confidence in Him, right? It just seems to be gone sometimes. And I've noticed it in my own prayers. I've noticed it in some things that different friends have said as they've been going through things, and I'm willing to bet that you guys have probably been there too a time or two. Just wondering, is God still there, and why does it feel like He's not, even though my head says that He is, my beliefs say that He is. And all of that I was just kind of thinking about as I wrote this, and I thought, you know what, if God were actually able to reach down and talk to us about it, if we were able to actually ask Him that question, I think that this would probably be His answer to us. Like, I know so much has changed for you. Like, yes, I understand that, like, your mind you've been through a lot. Like, your heart has changed. Like, you're not the person, maybe, that you used to be. But at the same time, guess what? Nothing about me is new. God is still in control. God is still with you. God is still walking you through, and God still has a plan and a purpose for your life, even in those moments when it does not seem like that is the case. That's because something's going on here in our world. It's not because anything at all has changed up there with Him. Nothing has changed with God, no matter what your circumstances are. That that incredible promise is still there. So I hope that this encourages you today, whether you're in a season where you feel really close to Him, praise God, that's wonderful, or whether you're in a season where, you're just really starting to wonder if He still has a plan and if He's still there. Let me encourage you that He is. He is still there. The moment that you felt Him the closest in your life, He is still that close. He is still that close to you right now, and He wants you to feel that again. And He still loves you, and He always will. Remember that in every season. Remember that in every moment. God is good all the time. I hope that encouraged you guys. Bye.